And big breaking news coming in. The Adani Group has called off its FPO in a press release. The Adani Group has said the board of directors of the company at its meeting today, held on the 1st of February, has decided in the interest of its subscribers not to proceed with the further public offer of equity shares aggregating up to 20,000 crore of face value 1 rupee each on partly paid up basis, which was fully subscribed. This is the pitch that's come in from the Adani Group. I'm joined by my colleague Pallavi Ghosh on the phone line. Pallavi, give us the details.
So the statement which has been issued by the Adani Group very clearly says that the follow-on public offer, or the FPO as it's been called, has been called off and put on hold. And whatever money which has been invested by the investors are going to be returned to them. And the real reason behind it is that we have been seeing a lot of fluctuation as far as the Adani shares are concerned. And the statement does make a reference to that because there's a lot of, the market is very volatile. There's a lot of fluctuability. And that's the reason why the Adani Group says they do not want to, on the grounds of ethics and principles, harm or hurt the investors. So that's the reason why FPO has now been put on hold.
Right, and Pallavi, also at the same time, the Adani Group is also going ahead and fighting a PR battle as well, because in this press release they're also saying the interest of the investors is paramount, and hence to insulate them from any potential financial losses, the board has decided not to go ahead with the FPO.
Yeah, Ayushman, we've all been noticing. There is a report which has come out as far as the Adani Group and investors is concerned. They are firefighting that. They have been issuing statements saying it's been politically motivated. There's a corporate rivalry behind it, and that's also a legal battle which the Adani Group is fighting on. But in this specifically, they're clearly making it a matter of principles and ethics, on the reason that given the backdrop of the kind of controversies and the situation, and that there's no guarantee or stability as far as the shares are concerned, they think it's the correct thing to do because they need to have the investor confidence. They also thank the investor, as you pointed out, Ayushman, in the detailed statement they've come out with, and that's the reason why immediately the FPO, as it's called, has been now put on hold.
And at the same time, Pallavi, as I read this press release, they're also trying to reassure the shareholders, saying that our balance sheet is very healthy and with strong cash flows and secure assets, and we have an impeccable track record of servicing our debt. This also coming in the wake of that Hindenburg report.
The share prices certainly have been following. In fact, Gautam Adani himself has slipped as far as the world ranking of the richest industrialist is concerned. But that often gives rise, triggers off an alarm, especially as far as the stock market goes. And I think that's the reference also which has been made into that letter or that statement which has been released by the Adani Group, that the investor confidence is paramount. And it's a long-term strategy. It's not just a legal battle. And as you rightly pointed out, Ayushman, it's also a perception battle. It's a long-term battle which any corporate sector has to firefight. And that's exactly what the Adani enterprises are doing. They have been, over the last few days, which you have been watching, releasing statements, making the point that it's a stable concern. No short-changing, no breaking the rules has taken place. And the investors are absolutely bang on if they decide to trust the Adani enterprises in terms of investing their hard-earned money.
Right. And in that press release, they're also saying we will continue to focus on long-term value creation, and growth will be managed by internal accruals. Once the market stabilizes, we will review our capital market strategy. We are very confident that we will continue to get your support. Thank you for your trust in us. So that pitch going into their shareholders. Thank you, Pallavi, for that piece of breaking news. So that pitch that's coming in from the Adani Group, where they have decided to call off their further public offer of equity shares aggregating up to 20,000 crore of face value of 1 rupee each on partly paid up basis, which was fully subscribed. In that entire press release, they're making it clear that the board of Adani Enterprises decided not to go ahead with the fully subscribed follow-on public offer. Given the unprecedented situation and the current market volatility, the company aims to protect the interests of its investing community by returning the FPO proceeds and withdraws the completed transaction. Now, Gautam Adani, who is the chairman of Adani Enterprises. Now, Gautam Adani has said the board takes this opportunity to thank all the investors for your support and commitment to our FPO. The subscription for the FPO closed successfully yesterday despite the volatility in the stock over the last week. Your faith and belief in the company, its business, and its management has been extremely reassuring and humbling. Thank you. So that pitch coming in from Gautam Adani himself, chairman of Adani Enterprises. He has also pointed out that we are working with our book-running lead managers to refund the proceeds and also to release the amounts blocked in your bank accounts for subscription to this issue. So that is the pitch that has come in from the Adani Group. He also says our balance sheet is very healthy with strong cash flows and secure assets, and we have an impeccable track record of servicing our debt. So Pallavi, who continues to be with us on the phone line, Pallavi, so this pitch also coming in from the Adani Group that they will refund the proceeds received for this for the public offering. So that pitch also coming in to reassure their investors that all is well when it comes to the fundamentals of the business.
It's actually a huge, huge step because whenever FPOs are open and whether the public stock trading takes place, there are obviously an element of risk. That's a rider which always goes in from any enterprise which starts opening up into the market. But in this case, the Adani Group clearly want to win that perception battle. But at the same time, as we were talking about, to have that long-term relationship with its investors. In fact, it does mention that in its statement that we have actually made our foray into various sectors, whether it's green energy, whether it's, and we've all seen it, frankly speaking, Ayushman, a power sector, airports, for example. In every sector, the Adani Group has made its headway, and they are certainly one of the leading industrialists in our country. But to have a long-term equation and a equation based on trust with your investors, it's very important to maintain that trust, and that's the reason why I think strategically the Adani Group has decided to go in for refunding the entire amount which may have been invested by investors, and they have said that we are working through the books, we are working through the procedure so that the money is refunded into the bank balance of all the investors. As we were talking about, it's not just a legal battle which we are fighting against a report which has come out regarding the Adani investments. It's also a larger long-term perception battle which any corporate sector would want to do. And that's exactly what they have been doing when they've made this very, big breaking announcement that they have called off the FPO.
Right, and at the same time, Pallavi, as you're pointing out that at one point you have the PR battle, but then you also have the legal fight that Adani is embroiled in. Decode that legal fight for us.
See, so there has been this Hindenburg report which has come out, which we all are aware of, and in that report seems to have suggested, according to themselves and evidence, that the Adani groups have actually tweaked the law, taken advantage of the situation, and have made what they are called unreliable investments. Now, that's a legal battle which is being fought by the Adani groups. They've completely rejected it. There was a statement which was issued on the same day saying that this report is motivated. There is some corporate sector, some conspiracy behind it. And they've also decided to sue those people concerned behind this report. Now, that's been a battle, I would say more than a legal, it's been a perception battle because it's very, very important for any corporate sector, for any company to at least have that clean, squeaky clean image to be above board. And that's what the Adani Group have always been working on, and at least that's what the claim that they have been making. In that context, that's one legal battle that they're fighting out. I don't think this legal battle and the fact that, it's coming out majorly out into the public domain, there's much conspiracy. And also remember there's a parliament session which is still going on and the opposition clearly in a mood to raise this issue inside parliament. That's the reason I guess this is a step which has been taken by Adani Group to call up immediately the FPO in a late evening development.